Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today we go for the flip-flops. Okay, as you know, the flip-flops and latch are used for the data storage elements. Okay, so a flip-flop is the device which store a single bits, okay, or binary digits of the data. Alright, so that's mean one of the each two state represent as the one and other represent as a 0. Okay, alright, so the flip-flop, we have two type of the flip-flop. First is the master slave. Okay, master slave, that means we have two stage. Okay, and the output not change, okay, until the clock is disabled, right? And then another one is the edge trigger. Okay, edge trigger sometimes we call the synchronous or clocked, synchronous or clocked, okay, or for edge trigger. So the edge trigger change happen when the clock's level changes at the clock transition. Alright, there is two type of the flip-flops. Okay, now we go for the edge trigger flip-flops, or sometimes we call it synchronous or clocked. Okay, clocked. Alright, the synchronous mean the output change state only occur at the triggering point called clocks lah. Okay, actually depends on the clocks lah. So the edge trigger can be positive edge trigger or can be negative edge trigger lah. So okay, the edge trigger flip-flop change state either the positive or negative clocks. Okay, the clocks input for the flip-flop, for example like this. Alright, this is positive edge trigger. That means from 0 to 1. Okay, here this one we call the positive edge trigger. Alright, and then another one will be negative edge trigger. That means from 1 to 0. Okay, this one we call the negative edge trigger. Okay, so you can see the symbol. Okay, the difference between the positive and negative is the bubble here on the clock will be bubble. So if no bubble, that means so the active we go for the positive edge trigger lah. That means from 0 to 1. So the clock will be active on the positive edge trigger. So if we have the bubble here, that means the active will be from 1 to 0 here. The active clock will be here. Alright, so every 1 to 0 will be active lah for the clock. So this is different between the two positive or negative edge trigger lah. So you can remember this one. If no, make sure you have to check the bubble. If no bubbles, that means we focus on the positive edge trigger. If bubble here, that means we focus on the negative edge trigger. Alright, so on the flip-flop we have 4 types. Each trigger lah, on the each trigger flip-flop we have 4 types. Okay, almost the similar like latch. Okay, so we have the SR flip-flops. Alright, SR flip-flop, this is symbol for positive edge trigger and this is negative edge trigger. I think the SR will be similar on, but the different on the clock lah. Positive, no bubble here, and if negative we have bubble here. So next we have D flip-flops. Okay, D flip-flops, this is positive and negative edge trigger. And then we have JK flip-flops. Okay, JK flip-flops, positive and negative. And last one we have the T flip-flops. Okay, T flip-flops. Okay, we go one by one lah. Alright, we go for the edge trigger SR flip-flops. Okay, this is through the table. Okay, similar like SR on the latch. Okay, you can see this one. If S0 R0, okay, clock will be okay at the X at the 0 or 1. So if S0 R0, that means no change. Okay, no change happen here. So either this clock is 1 or 0, is not happen lah. Okay, will be follow the previous. Okay, follow the previous. Okay, if S0 R1 will be reset. Will be reset. That means Q will be 0. Okay, reset, Q will be 0. Okay, if S1, alright, S1 R0, the clock will be active. Alright, so we set the operation will be set. That means Q is 1. Okay, if last one, if S1 R1, the clock is active, so the operation is invalid. Okay, invalid. Right, this is table for the SR flip-flops. Okay, so SR flip-flops, okay, SR flip-flop, this is some example lah of the SR flip-flop. You can see this is simplified logic diagram for the positive edge trigger flip-flops, and then this is a type of pulse transition detector. Alright, so this is some, okay, edge trigger pulse transition detector produce very short duration spike during the transition of the clock pulse lah. Okay, during this one you can see they have the very short pulse here. Okay, so this is some exercise on the SR flip-flops. Alright, so check here. Okay, the first step that I mentioned to you, you have to check on the clocks. Okay, so for example, it's no bubble here. So if no bubble here, that means we focus on the positive edge trigger here. So we'll be here. Okay, we can write the point here. Okay, this point, this point, this point, this point, and so on lah. So 0 to 1 that is a positive edge trigger. If we have bubble here, that means you have to start from 1 to 0 here. Point here, here, and so on. Alright, for example, this one okay, the point first. So we know S1 R0 will be set. Okay, will be set. Okay, will be set lah. Set will be 1 lah. Right, will be 1 here until for the next active. Okay, the next active will be here. Okay, next active will be here. Alright, so the next active S0 R0. Okay, S0 R0, no change. Okay, no change, follow the previous. Previous is 1, so this one will be 1 until for the next cycle here. The next cycle here R1 S0. That means will be resets. Okay, will be reset. Okay, reset will be 0. So will be 0 lah. Okay, be 0 and so on. Okay, you can try this one. You can try this exercise and another exercise. Okay, maybe for this one you have to try using the negative edge trigger. This one for this one using the positive edge trigger, and this one try to using the negative edge trigger lah. So we put bubble here, that means it will be active here. So here, point here. Okay, another one here, another one here. Okay, so alright, so here so the previous will be 0 lah. Will be 0, we assume as the 0. Alright, until this active here. Okay, that's when you can see this one S0 R0 will be no change, will be 0 okay, until for this point R1 S0 R1 S0 will be reset. Okay, reset will be reset. That means Q, the output will be 0 lah, will be 0. Okay, 0 until for the next here. So also no change. Okay, so no change because S0 R0. Okay, until this point. Okay, this point S1 R0 will be set. Okay, set. That means output will be 1 lah. Okay, will be 1. Alright, and then you have to find the Q bar. So Q bar will be invert the Q. Alright, this is some exercise you can try. Okay, next is the D flip-flops. Okay, D flip-flops. Okay, so DFF we call the D flip-flop lah. So this is table. Alright, you can see this one. If D is 1 and then clock is active, the output will be set. Okay, the output will be set. Set, that means Q is 1 lah. Alright, Q is 1. If D0, the clock is active. Okay, clock is active, that means will be reset. Okay, the operation will be reset. So the output will be 0. Okay, 0. Okay, for example like this one Okay, so the previous, okay, the positive for 0 lah we start from 0. Okay, here, so D1. Okay, D1 here will be 1 lah until for the next positive. Okay, make sure this one will be positive. Okay, will be positive no bubble here. Okay, until for this one, until this one D0, so will be reset. Reset will be 0 lah, 0 until for the next active here, clock active here. So D1, okay, will be 1 here until for the next. Okay, for example, if we start from the negative edge trigger, alright, so this one start from this one, negative edge trigger. That means the previous is 0. Alright, 0. Until this one, D is 1. So here will be 1 lah. Okay, for the until for the next here. Alright, for the negative edge trigger, D0. So will be 0 for until for this point lah. Alright, for the next cycle active on the clock active. So here D1 D1 will be 1 lah. Okay, and so on. Okay, this is a positive edge trigger. Alright, so next is the D flip-flops. Okay, this is some exercise lah. So exercise you can try. Okay, the first, this one you can try using the try this one using the positive, and try this one using the negative. So this we have the answer here, Q, and the Q bar will be invert the Q lah. That means here will be 1 0 1 0 1. Okay, right, so try this one. Next, try using the negative. Okay, negative edge trigger, this point will be active here. This point will be active, this point, and so on. Right, this is for D flip-flops. Okay, next is the JK flip-flops. Okay, JK flip-flop, this is truth table, you have to remember. Alright, so if J0 K0, the clock will be active. That means no change. Okay, the output will be Q lah. Okay, Q, follow the previous. Okay, Q. And then if J0 K1 will be set, will be reset. Okay, that means Q will be 0. Okay, reset, Q will be 0. Okay, if J1 K0, that means the operation will be set. The Q output will be 1. Okay, the output will be 1. And then if J1 K1, alright, so the output will be toggles. Okay, toggle, that means invert the previous lah. Okay, invert the previous. For example, previous is 1, then that means the output will be 0. If the previous is 0, the output will be 1. Alright, inverts the previous output lah. Okay, this is some exercise, you can try this one. Okay, we can try this one. Okay, this one using the positive edge trigger, because the positive, if put, so maybe after try the positive, next you can try the negative lah. Put bubble here. Put bubble here, you can try on the negative edge trigger lah, on this point, and so on. Okay, for this point, okay, you can see this one. So active 1 1. Okay, 1 1 1 1, that means toggles. The previous is 0 here, then toggle will be 1. That I mentioned to you. Invert the previous output. So the previous output is 0. That means here will be 1 until for the next. Okay, the next active. Alright, this one 0 0 0 0 0 0, no change. That means follow the previous. Okay, follow the previous will be 1. Okay, the next J0 K1, that means reset. Reset will be 0 lah. The Q will be 0. Reset until this point. Alright, so this one J1 K0, that means will be set. Alright, last one will be J1 K0 will be set. Alright, so next you can see this one is you call the excitation table for the next sequence. Alright, so for example we have so this is another table that you have to remember. Alright, for the JK flip-flops. Okay, for example, if Q is 0, the next Q plus will be 0, and then J will be 0, K either 1 or can be 0. That's why we put X here. Alright, put X here, that means it can be 1 or it can be 0. Alright, if Q 0, the next sequence will be plus is 1, will be 1. So J 1, K will be X, either 1 or either 0. Alright, and then next, if the Q is 1, the Q plus will be 0. So J can be 1 or can be 0. That means we put X, K fixed to 1 lah. Alright, and then last, if the Q is 1, Q plus is 1. Okay, J okay, will be X. That means can be 0 or can be 1, and then K will be 0. Okay, this we call the excitation table. This another table that you have to remember lah for JK flip-flop. Okay, next the JK flip-flop exercise. Okay, this one you can try. Alright, try. Okay, this one using the positive edge trigger. This means will be active on the positive lah. So after you try this one, next you can try for negative edge trigger lah. Try and the negative edge trigger at this point, and so on. So try at, okay, after that you can try lah. Okay, follow this table. Okay, next is the T flip-flops. Okay, T flip-flops, you can see the operation. So if T0 clock is active, that means no change operation here. So follow the previous outputs lah. Okay, Q notes. Alright, if T is 1, okay, the clock is active, and then the operation will be toggles. That means invert the previous outputs. Okay, for example, we can try this exercise. Follow the positive edge trigger here. Alright, you can see this one. Alright, this is previous is 0. Okay, until this point. Alright, T is 1. 1 is a toggle. That means previous is 0. This means will be 1 until this point. Okay, T0 is no change. Follow the previous 1. This one same. No change. Okay, follow the previous. Previous is 1. The output is 1. Alright, until this point. Okay, T is 0. Okay, sorry, this T is 1 here. T is 1. Okay, T is 1 is the toggle. That means will be toggle lah. Okay, from 1 to 0. Alright, and then this one T is 1. That means toggle from 0 to 1 lah. Alright, this is for positive edge trigger. So you can try lah using the negative edge trigger. This one this point. Alright. Okay, this some exercise for the T flip-flops. Okay, so this is the answer. And then for the Q bar, okay, invert the Q lah. Okay, this one will be 1, this one will be 0, 1. Okay, next after you try this one, you try understand and then try using the negative edge trigger lah. Try using the negative edge trigger for the both exercise. This one